ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Namaskar, my dear friends. This is second video on the spiritual instructions of Bhagwan Sri Ramana Maharshi. This is chapter number 3 and heading is Experience Anubhava. This is also in the form of questions and answers. Question put to Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. What is the light of consciousness? Maharshi replies, it is the self-luminous existence consciousness which reveals to the seer the world of names and forms both inside and outside. The existence of this existence consciousness can be inferred by the objects illuminated by it. It does not become the object of consciousness. Question number 2. What is knowledge? Vijnana. Maharshi replies, it is that tranquil state of existence, consciousness, which is experienced by the aspirant and which is like the waveless ocean or the motionless ether. Question number 3. What is bliss? Answer by Maharshi. It is the experience of joy or peace in the state of Vijnana, free of all activities and similar to deep sleep. This is also called the state of Kevala Nirvikalpa, remaining without concepts. Question number 4. What is the state of beyond bliss? Maharshi replies, it is the state of unceasing peace of mind which is found in the state of absolute quiescence, Jagrat Susupti, meaning sleep with awareness, which resembles inactive deep sleep. In this state, in spite of the activity of the body and the senses, there is no external awareness, like a child immersed in sleep who is not conscious of the food given to him by his mother. A yogi who is in this state is inactive even while engaged in activity. This is also called Sahaja Nirvikalpa Samadhi, natural state of absorption in oneself without concepts. Number 1. The acts of sleeping. Children, like eating and drinking, are acts only in the eyes of others and not in their own. They do not therefore really do those acts in spite of their appearing to do them. Fifth, what is the authority for saying that the entire moving and unmoving worlds depend upon oneself? The self means the embodied being. It is only after the energy which was latent in the state of deep sleep emerges with the idea of why that all objects are experienced. The self is present in all perceptions as the perceiver. There are no objects to be seen when the eye is absent. For all these reasons, it may undoubtedly be said that everything comes out of the self and goes back to the self. Question 6. As the bodies and the selves animating them are everywhere actually observed to be innumerable, how can it be said that self is only one? If the idea I am, Maharshi replies, if the idea I am the body is accepted, the selves are multiple. The state in which this idea vanishes in the self, since that state there are no other objects. It is for this reason that the self is regarded as only one. The idea that one is One's body is what is called Hridaya Granthi, knot of the heart of the various knots. This knot, which binds together what is conscious with what is insentient, is what causes bondage. Question number 7. What is the authority for saying that Brahma can be apprehended by the mind and at the same time that it cannot be apprehended by the mind? It cannot be apprehended by the impure mind but can be apprehended by the pure mind. Question number 8. What is pure mind and what is impure mind? Maharshi replies, when the indefinable power of Brahma separates itself from Brahma and in union with the reflection of consciousness, Chidabhasa assumes various forms. It is called the impure mind. When it becomes free from the reflection of consciousness, Abhasa, through discrimination, it is called the pure mind. Its state of union with the Brahma is its apprehension of Brahma. The energy which is accompanied by the reflection of consciousness is called the impure mind, and its state of separation from Brahma is non-apprehension of Brahma. Question 9. Is it possible to overcome even while the body exists the karma prarabdha which is said to last till the end of the body? Maharshi replies, yes, if the agent doer upon whom the karma depends, namely the ego, which has come into existence between the body and the self, merges in its source and loses its form, will the karma which depends upon it alone survive? Therefore, when there is no I, there is no karma. Question number 10. As the self is existence and consciousness, what is the reason for describing it as different from the existent and non-existent, the sentient and the insentient? Maharshi replies, although the self is real as it comprises everything, it does not give room for questions involving duality about its reality or unreality. Therefore, it is said to be different from the real and the unreal. Similarly, even though it is consciousness, since there is nothing for it to know or to make itself known to it, it is said to be different from the sentient and insentient. Chapter 4. Attainment, Aruddha. Question. It is also in the form of questions and answer. Question number 1. What is the state of attainment of knowledge? Maharshi replies, it is firm and effortless abidance in the self, in which the mind which has become one with the self does not subsequently emerge again at any time. That is, just as everyone usually and naturally has the idea, I am not a goat, nor a cow, nor any other animal but a man. When he thinks of his body, so also when he has the idea, I am not the principle that was beginning with the body and ending with sound, nada, but the self which is existence, consciousness and bliss. The innate self-consciousness, Atma Prajna, he is said to have attained firm knowledge. Question number 2. To which of the 7 stages of knowledge, Jnana, Bhumikas, does the sage Jnani belong? Maharshi replies, he belongs to the 4th stage. Question number 3. If that is so, why have 3 more stages superior to it been distinguished? Maharshi replies, the marks of the stages 4 to 7 are based upon the experience of the realized person, Jivan Mukta. They are not states of knowledge and release. So far as knowledge and release are concerned, no distinction whatsoever is made in these 4 stages. The 7 Jnana Bhumikas are: number 1, Subhicha, the desire for enlightenment. Second, Vicharana, inquiry. Third, Tanu, Manasa, tenuous mind. Fourth, Sattopatti, self-realization. Fifth, Asa, Asamasti, non-attachment. Sixth, Padarth Bhavana, non-perception of objects. Seven, Turiyaga, transcendence. Those who have attained the last four bhumikas are called Brahmavid, Brahmavidara, Brahmavidarya, and Brahmavid Varishta respectively. Question number 4. As liberation is common to all, why is the Vrishta, meaning the most excellent, alone praised excessively? Maharshi replies, so far as the Vrishta's common experience of bliss is concerned, he is extolled only because of the special merit acquired by him in his previous birth, which is the cause of it. Question number 5. As there is no one who does not desire to experience constant bliss, what is the reason why all sages, jnanis do not attain the state of Varishta? Maharshi replies, it is not to be attained by mere desire or effort. Karma, prarabdha, is its cause. As the ego dies along with its cause, even in the fourth stage, bhumika, what agent is there beyond that stage to desire anything or to make efforts? So long as they make efforts, they will not be sages, jnanis. Do thus sacred text Shrutis which specially mention the Varishta say that the other three are unenlightened persons. Question number 6. As some sacred texts say that the supreme state is that in which the sense organs and the mind are completely destroyed, how can that state be compatible with the experience of the body and the senses? Maharshi replies, if that were so, there would not be any difference between that state and the state of deep sleep. Further, how can it be said to be the natural state when it exists at one time and not another? This happens as stated before to some persons according to their karma prarabdha for some time or till death. It cannot properly be regarded as the final state. If it could, it would mean that all great souls and the Lord who were the authors of the Vedantic works, Jnana Granthas and the Vedas were enlightened persons. If the supreme state is that in which neither the senses nor the mind exist and not the state in which they exist, how can it be the perfect state? Pripurnam, as karma alone is responsible for the activity or inactivity of the sages, great souls have declared the state of Sahaja Nirvikalpa, the natural state without concepts alone, to be the ultimate state. Question number 7. What is the difference between ordinary sleep and waking sleep, Jagrat Susupti? Maharshi replies, in ordinary sleep there are not only no thoughts but also no awareness. In waking sleep there is awareness alone. That's why it is called awake while sleeping. That is the sleep in which there is awareness. Question number 8. Why is the self described both as the fourth state Turiya and beyond the fourth state Turiyatita? Maharshi replies, Turiya means that which is the fourth. The experiencers, jivas of the three states of waking, dreaming and deep sleep known as Visva, Tejasa and Prajna, who wander successively in these three states are not the self. It is with the object of making this clear, namely that the self is that which is different from them and which is the witness of these states, that is called the fourth Turiya. When this is known, the three experiencers disappear and the idea that self is a witness, that is the fourth, and disappears. That is why the self is described as beyond the fourth Turyatita. Question number 9. What is the benefit derived by the sage from the sacred books, Shrutis? Maharshi replies, the sage who is the embodiment of the truths mentioned in the scripture has no use for them. Question number 10. Is there any connection between the attainment of supernatural powers, Siddhi, and liberation, Mukti? Maharshi replies, enlightened inquiry alone leads to liberation. Supernatural powers are all illusory appearances created by the power of Maya Shakti. Self-realization, which is permanent, is the only true accomplishment, Siddhi. Accomplishments which appear and disappear, being the effect of Maya, cannot be real. They are accomplished with the object of enjoying fame, pleasure, etc. They come unsought to some persons through their karma. Know that union with Brahma is the real aim of all accomplishments. This is also the state of liberation, Eka Mukti, known as union, Sayujya. Question number 11. If this is the nature of liberation, moksha, why do some scriptures connect it with the body and say that the individual soul cannot attain liberation only when it does not leave the body? Maharshi replies, it is only if bondage is real that liberation and the nature of its experiences have to be considered. So far as the self-purusha is concerned, it has really no bondage in any of the four states, as bondage is merely a verbal assumption according to the emphatic proclamation of the Vedanta system. How can the question of liberation, which depends upon the question of bondage, arise when there is no bondage? Without knowing this truth, to inquire into the nature of bondage and liberation is like inquiring into the non-existent height, color, etc. of a barren woman's son or the horns of a hare. Question number 12. If that is so, do not the description of bondage and release found in the scriptures become irrelevant and untrue? Maharshi replied, no, they do not. On the contrary, the delusion of bondage fabricated by ignorance from time immemorial can be removed only by knowledge, and for this purpose the term liberation mukti has been usually accepted. That's all. The fact that the characteristics of liberation are described in different ways proves that they are imaginary. Question number 13. If that is so, are not all efforts such as study, hearing, reflection, etc. useless? Maharshi replied, no, they are not. The firm conviction that there is neither bondage nor liberation is the supreme purpose of all efforts, as this purpose of seeing boldly through direct experience that bondage and liberation do not exist cannot be achieved except with the aid of the aforesaid practices. These efforts are useful. Question number 14. Is there any authority for saying that there is neither bondage nor liberation? Maharshi replies, this is decided on the strength of experience and not merely on the strength of scriptures. Question number 15. If it is experienced, how is it experienced? Maharshi replies, bondage and liberation are mere linguistic terms. They have no reality of their own, therefore they cannot function of their own accord. It is necessary to accept the existence of some basic thing of which they are the modifications. If one inquires for whom is their bondage and liberation, it will be seen they are for me. If one inquires who am I, one will see that there is no such thing as the I. It will then be as clear as an amalga fruit in one's hand that what remains is one's real being, as this truth will be naturally and clearly experienced by those who leave aside mere verbal discussions and inquire into themselves inwardly. There is no doubt that all realized persons uniformly see neither bondage nor liberation so far as the true self is concerned. Question number 16. If truly there is neither bondage nor liberation, what is the reason for the actual experience of joys and sorrows? Maharshi replies, they appear to be real only when one turns aside from one's real nature. They do not really exist. Question number 17. Is it possible for everyone to know directly without doubt what exactly is one's true nature? Maharshi replies, undoubtedly it is possible. Question number 18. How? Maharshi replies, it is the experience of everyone that even in the states of deep sleep, fainting, etc., when the entire universe, moving and stationary, beginning with earth and ending with the unmanifested Prakriti, disappear, he does not disappear. Therefore, the state of pure being, which is common to all and which is always experienced directly by everybody, is one's true nature. The conclusion is that all experiences in the enlightened as well as the ignorant state, which may be described by newer and newer words, are opposed to one's real nature. May this book, consisting of the words of experience which have come out of the lotus heart of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi, shine as a lamp of true knowledge to illuminate the true minds of those who have renounced the world blessings. May the world be blessed for long with the feet of Guru Ramana, who abides us as that silent principle which absorbs all of us and remains by itself as the root of the three principles, soul, world and Ishvara. So this video comes to an end here. Namaskar my dear friends. Please like, comment and share the video and subscribe the channel. Thanks a lot. Namaskar my dear friends.